Hello everyone. This is a quick introduction on our subject. Okay, so our subject is executive development, okay, under the PhD program. Okay, now before we go to the details, I'd like to talk about a quick course description, no? Okay, this is what we are expecting from this subject. Okay, first, okay, this subject provides students with knowledge and skills required for managers today. Okay, like any other subject in the PhD program. Okay, so this is what we normally expect, no? Knowledge and skills for managers, not only for managers, no, but also future consultants. And this is under the premise, no, this subject is prepared under the premise that leader effectiveness is highly affected by the quality of interpersonal relations the leader establishes with peers, subordinates, and higher superiors. Okay, and of course, okay, when we say quality of interpersonal relations, we cannot improve interpersonal relations if we cannot improve ourselves, no, although this is the main premise. Later on, no, you will notice that the topics are more focused on personal development. Okay, and then there is great emphasis, no, heavy emphasis on developing personal, yun nga, personal and interpersonal skills. Okay, because this skill is dependent on your personal skills. Ayan. And then, okay, there is how do I say this? We expect students, no? We expect students, those who are enrolled in this program, to demonstrate and to exhibit creative thinking, decision making, and critical thinking. That's why most of our outputs in this subject are focused on this one. Of course, in the process, no, in the process of developing these skills, okay, you will also develop your written and oral skills. Okay. So what are the objectives of this course? Okay. So at the end of the term, we expect students to demonstrate knowledge and skills in self-assessment. Okay, so you should understand yourself. Ayan. Getting to know yourselves better. Okay, so that you can also understand others. And if you can do that, no, you can understand the organization. So it always starts, no, from within. Okay, ika nga. Ayan. And you should also be able to demonstrate competence in stress management and time management. This is actually the first topic, no, in our syllabus. You should also be able to demonstrate positive attitude towards others through the use of his or her emotional intelligence and leadership attitudes and skills. Ayan. Also, ayan, eto na naman, no, demonstrate critical and creative thinking in observing real life executives. That's why at the end of the term, you are required to come up with a video presentation with a write-up, no, documenting the development or the executive development strategies of a leader. You know, someone that you idolize, parang ganun. And we will talk about that soon. Okay? At work and formulating and recommending strategies for executive development. So those are the general objectives. Okay, now let's go to the specific objectives of this. Hindi pa pala, no? Before we go to the specific objectives of this subject, let's talk about what is your subject ba? Kasi, okay, so executive development normally will focus on personal growth. Ayan. Manager's personal growth. Why manager? Because not just manager, no, but also leaders, no, because most of the time we depend on them, no, when it comes to the development of the manpower of the organization. Ayan. It basically aims at improving judgment, logical thinking of managers to take complex decisions and to take responsibility. Now, I as of this point, I just want to emphasize, no, Although you have the following terms like improving judgment, ayan, logical thinking of managers to make complex decisions and to take responsibility. Take note, this subject will just focus on the personal growth, no? So that a manager will be able to come up with better judgment, better logical thinking, and so on and so forth. This subject, okay, will not tackle um, the complexities, no, of making judgment or logical thinking. And instead, we will just focus on how are we going to develop ourselves so that we can make better decisions in the future. Diba? Just like our first topic, which is stress, no? Stress, stress management, yan. Stress management and time management. We're not going to teach you how to make decisions. Instead, okay, we're going to teach you, or the subject, okay, will teach you. Actually nga, kayo, no, because you're going to make a report, no? Ayan. How are we going to handle stress? Okay. Bakit? Because if you are not stressed, we expect that you can come up with better decisions. So, parang ganon, no? We expect, no, that in this subject is going to focus on planned and systematic and continuous process of learning. Yun naman talaga yung nature niya eh. By which managers develop their conceptual and analytical abilities to manage. Also, this subject is a combination of both experience and skill. So we will not just be focusing on concepts, ay, ano to, concepts, ganun pala dapat. Although there are some textbooks, no, that talks a lot of concepts, siguro for an online class kay masyadong boring na if we do that. There are a lot of materials found in the internet. There are a lot of textbooks, no, that talks about the nitty-gritty details of executive development. And for our class, kay, let's just focus on what is practical and what is applicable. Okay po? So, ayun. Now let's go to the specific objectives, okay, the topics and the applications, okay. Now here I will also introduce the topics that I am going to distribute later. So one of the objectives, okay, or specific objectives of this subject is that we should be acquainted with oneself, assessing strengths and weakness and becoming familiar with strategies for stress and time management. That's why the first topic, okay, is stress management and time management. Okay, na-assign na po ito. I will show you your topics later. And then, I will be expecting an individual output. Okay, o application kaagad tayo. Okay, there will be a 5-day activity challenge. Okay, and 5 yoga poses that you are going to execute. O, di ba? Um, what's this activity challenge? Okay, it could be a push-up challenge. Okay, it could be a TikTok challenge. Okay, or something like as easy as jumping jack, ganun. But it should be an activity. Okay, it's supposed to be 21 days eh. Because it's scientifically proven that if you can do an activity, okay, for 21 consecutive days, ayan, it can easily be integrated or ano ba, it can easily become a habit for us. So if you want to establish a habit, then you have to do that for 21 days. Of course, no, you cannot improve on something unless it is already a habit. This is one of the problems eh. If I may share, no, if this is one of the problems of New Year's resolution. Ayan, everybody wants to exercise, okay, wants to run, okay, and they want to immediately improve on their running. It's just that, okay, it's not yet established as a habit. So, i-establish muna natin as a habit, okay? Now, instead of doing 21 days, I think 21 days could be too much for most of us. So, we'll just have 5 consecutive days. Because I believe if you can do an activity for 5 consecutive days, that's already almost 25% no, of 21 days. Then, I think 21 days will be easy. O, diba? So, aside from that, okay, you're also required to come up with a sample of 2-week calendar of activities. Ayan, calendar of activities. So, parang planner, no? And our format will be the one that is found in the book of Stephen Covey. Tama ba yung spelling ko ng Stephen? Is it Stephen or Stephen? Anyway, from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, so from the first topic, okay, you will have a video. So there will be 5 videos. Okay, so if we will agree on push up, isipin ko muna, no, kung push up or jumping jack, something very easy. No, so there will be 5 videos and 5 photos of photo for the yoga poses, video for the activity. Okay po? And I will be setting up a page where you can upload your outputs, no? It will be called a portfolio. Okay, it will be set up in Canvas. So every time you have an output, you are going to post it there so that um, together with your classmates, can check on your progress. Okay, so 5 video of you doing an activity. So you're going to label that day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Okay. And then together with that, you will have 5 photos of yoga poses. Okay ba yun? And then, you're also going to post a sample of your 2-week activities using the format found in the book of Stephen Covey. Okay? So this will be in the form of text or a file upload. Okay. So for the second objective, okay, to improve oneself as one presents himself to others. And the topic for this objective is building up executive charisma. Okay, so what is the output? You're going to come up with a video. Short video, maybe maximum of 5 minutes na. 3 to 5 minute video, okay, of your 5 ways. 5 ways to self-improvement. So you're going to come up with a hack, no, to improve your charisma. So you have to be creative. Okay, di ba? That's one of the requirement to improve critical thinking and creative thinking. So you can be creative with your video. Okay? Parang YouTube format, no? Di ba? You're just going to introduce 5 ways for, to improve this and that. It should be related to self-improvement. It doesn't have to be paano ba? It doesn't have to have this one as the title. You can have your own title. Like, easy tricks to present yourselves in an interview. Parang ganun. Okay? So, be creative. And then, the third objective, to appreciate varied strategies in reinventing the self as one related to the greater social milieu. Okay, or environment or setting, di ba? And our topic here is building one's market value, the reinvention of the self. So the output for this topic is that each of you should have a reflection paper, okay? On what? What will you do to improve yourself so that you can offer what others can't offer? Ayan. Okay, so this one is a write up, and again you are going to put this in your page. So as of this point, no, somehow you should be able to imagine your page in the canvas. I'm going to set up an individual page where you can edit. So when you open your page, okay, okay, so you just keep on putting your output, like video 1, day 1. So a video of you doing, let's say, jumping jack, if we will all agree on jumping jack. And then photo 1, ayan, for the yoga pose number 1, and you put your photo. Okay, it's not enough that you just put the link. No, if that is a video, you should embed the link to the video so we can watch the video on Canvas. Same with images. No, you put the image on the page so that we don't have to go from one page to another. Okay, so everything will be in Canvas. Okay, so you can put there, that's your requirement number 1. And then requirement number 2, okay, if you come up with a write-up, so you have the title and then you have the text right there. And then requirement number 3, okay, another text, okay, and so on and so forth. Okay po? Ayan. Now, let's go to, is this the third or the fourth topic? To better develop intellectual thinking through critical thinking and decision making. The topic for this objective, building one's intellectual reservoir. Ayan. Okay, improving critical thinking. What is the output? This one is very easy. No? You just have to look for a puzzle, something that's relevant to you, something that made an impact, parang ganun, or something really interesting. Okay, and a puzzle that provokes critical thinking. O, di ba? Ang dali-dali lang ng requirements natin. Okay, so that puzzle could be in the form of a text, an image, or if there is a video. Okay, sir, do we need to make the video? No, you don't need to make the video for this one. Okay, you can just post a link, but the requirement is it should be interesting. Okay, it could be a puzzle or a riddle, something to provoke critical thinking. Okay, so dapat malalim, no, pang PhD level naman. Okay, let's continue. Next objective is to better develop emotional control and emotional intelligence. So the topic for this one is titled Building One's Emotional Reservoir. Ayan, socio-emotional interaction. The output for this one is you come up with a video, short video lang. No, it could be a 1 minute, 1 to 2 minute. Yung 2 minutes nga mahaba na yun eh. Okay? A short video, okay, of diba, a photo collection, okay? With background music kasi emotional yan, no? Okay, and it should be a how do I describe this, parang montage lang, ganon, no? You choose photos, okay, and then you consolidate them into a video, and then you put a background music. Ganun lang po siya kadali, okay? And no narrations. You can put some text on the video, embed the text, okay, on top of the video. But this video presentation should describe your socio-emotional state. How are you feeling right now? Okay? How do you relate, okay, to your peers? Ayan. Pero in the form of photo dapat na na-consolidate, okay, so that you can come up with a video. O, di ba? Okay, ang dali-dali, magiging masaya to. Okay, next. Okay. Anyway, I'd like to apologize for our classmates who cannot understand Tagalog, no? Okay, I suggest you should also learn how to speak Tagalog because the best jokes in our class are all delivered in Tagalog. And anyway, let's continue. Next objective is to better develop leadership skills. Okay, and the topic is tricks of the trade. Okay, lessons in leadership. Okay, each one will have an output. Okay, what is the output? Okay, you're going to present a summary of a book. Ano ba to? Good books for leadership which are not leadership books. Challenge, di ba? Because there are good books, no, that you can read. They're not necessarily geared towards leadership, no. They don't even talk about leadership concepts. But if these books are read, no, by leaders, okay, we expect them to become better leaders, no. For example, I like the book of Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, What the Dog Saw. Yan. Is it What the Dog Saw? Yan. What the Dog Saw. Okay. So this one is not about leadership. Okay. It's just a collection of articles, okay, that is relevant in our times. Pero pag nabasa natin to, okay, there are a lot of reasons that, no, a lot of lessons that a leader can apply. Or for example, no, I have another book. I forgot the author, but the title is Inside of a Dog. Mahilig kasi ako sa dog. Okay, Inside of a Dog. Okay, so this has something to do with understanding how a dog thinks. Diba? I'm not saying that, well, as a leader, I'm going to treat my my subordinates as animals. Hindi naman ganun. Pero how you treat animals, okay, may sometimes parang pangit pakinggan no, you treat people like animals. Pero basta, I can describe it eh. Once you read this, no, you will understand what I mean, okay? Siguro most of us are familiar with the book The Little Prince. The Little Prince. Mali pa yung spelling ko. And The Little Prince. Okay? So yun. So what are you going to do? You tell us the book. Okay? Tell us the book. And then come up with a summary of the book. And then you explain why. Why is this book recommended for leaders? Okay, why will this book make them better leaders? Okay, so ganun lang, ang dali. 'Di ba? When it comes to summary, you can just visit the internet. There are a lot of summaries there. Pero syempre, don't just copy and paste, no? You get the highlights. Ganun. And then, you explain why this book should be read by leaders. Okay po? Ayun. Next. Okay, next objective to better develop better intellectual thinking through critical thinking and decision making. And the topic for this one is effective decision making and resource management. Okay, so what is the output for this one? This is a free form output. Okay, now when we say free form, okay, you can come up with a text output, maybe a write-up, it could be a short video, okay, or a presentation. Okay, bahala kayo kung saan kayo masaya. Okay, so any format will do. Okay, any format will do. Okay, and this one will talk about, ayan, this is your clue, old versus new. You're going to talk about old models or old framework in decision making versus new. Okay, what is applicable now, no? Like for example, let's say, let's talk about debt, no? Let's talk about debt. Okay. Before, and our parents will tell us that, oh, don't incur debt, no? It's not good. Okay, this will just make your business suffer or your life harder. O yan. But when it comes to leverage, okay, new na tayo, new. Actually, okay, you can take advantage of leverage if you incur debt. And then you talk about the details, no? Ayun lang, okay? Maybe 2 or 3 concepts, no, which are opposing. Ayan. Ano yung paniniwala noon when it comes to decision making? Examples lang, no? And then, ano yung meron ngayon? Okay? And then, I think there's one more. Oh, there's more. Another objective is to better develop better self-understanding and cultivation of meaning of one's existence through the concept of spirituality. Ayan. So the topic for this one is spirituality as the new trend in management. This one, okay, parang madali lang because the output for this one is you come up with a meme. Diba? So you make a meme. Pero ano ba naman yan, sir? Okay, are we reducing spirituality into that level? Take note, a meme is composed of a picture or an image and a quotation or a few words lang. A few words. Okay. If you're going to ask me, okay, memes, okay, although they are most of the time, no, being misunderstood or misused, for me, this is one of the highest form of communication. Imagine a picture can paint 1,000 words, okay? Sometimes a picture can depict an emotion. And then, you use a few words lang just to emphasize what you want to express. O, diba? Ang taas ng level ng communication na yan. That's why, okay, I'm going to ask you to come up with a meme, okay, in relation to your beliefs, okay, spiritual beliefs, that can be applied to management. Okay, so ayun, now all of these outputs are individual in nature. Okay, so number one, they are individual. Okay, number two, they will be submitted on a common page. So at the end of the term, okay, so let's say if we have page for Mr. Nico Go, ayan, page for Mr. Nico Go. At the end of the term, we will see Nico's entry for, let's say, the activities, okay, the activities, ayan. You will see videos for the activities and some photos. You will see the write-up, no? There will be memes, and so on and so forth. Sir, what about our reports? Okay, there will be a separate page, no, that will be set up for your reports because your reports will be subject to question and answer from our classmates. Okay, so there will be discussion pages for that. Okay po. So, sir, what will be our reports? Okay, so these are your topics. Okay, due to some requests, no, coming from our classmates. Okay, so last week sabi, sir, can you please divide us into groups because some of us are still new, we don't know our classmates, okay, we don't have ano to, we don't have any idea how to communicate with them. Okay, and then some suggested that, sir, can you please group me to someone who can speak in in Filipino, ganun, because I cannot talk in Filipino or in Tagalog, okay, and sometimes I need an interpreter for that. Okay, so I made the distribution and these are now your pairs. Okay, we have Sir Rosano and Sir Sam. Okay, you'll be reporting on the first topic. Okay, Jeneline and Justine. Okay, building up executive charisma. Maureen and Loretta. Okay, building one's market value. Sir Pedro and Ikechuku. Okay, building one's intellectual reservoir. Okay, so on critical thinking. We have Nico and Lou for social emotional interaction. Ma'am Diggs, okay, Ma'am Digna and Yuting, okay, for lesson in leadership. Christine and Khaled, okay, for effective decision making and resource management. And then we have Mariel and Gabriel for spirituality. Okay, now we use the term spirituality, no? Oh, I'm not very specific whether you're a Christian, a Buddhist, no? We're just talking about your spiritual beliefs. Okay po? So, ayun. Now, I just want to make things clear because one of the common questions that I get, okay, from this kind of format is that, so what are our outputs? Which of these are individual and which of these are by pairs? Now, your report are by pairs, okay? You're going to come up with a video presentation for that. Why video presentation? Why can't we just go on live for our conference? Well, number one, okay, you can prepare better if it's a video presentation, okay, and then you can upload it to YouTube. So if we are using the YouTube app, we can download that, no, for offline viewing, or we can watch it in our free time. Okay, if there are things that we'd like to repeat, okay, we can just rewind the video. Okay po, so very convenient. Okay, if there are connection problems, you can just download it when you have the connection. Okay, so that if there is no Wi-Fi or no connection, anyway, the file is already in your phone. Okay, so ayun, so that's one. Okay, by pairs po yung video presentation relating to your reports. So what about our individual outputs? O yun na ang sagot, okay, it will be individual. Okay, so what are the individual outputs? Those that are previously discussed under each topic. So please feel free to rewind if you need so. Okay, you can just pause and screen capture. Ayan. And then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them, no, in the chat section or in the discussion sections in our canvas. Okay po. Ayan, so some requirements. Okay, for midterms, you have your report which is by pair. And then, okay, in lieu of our midterm exams, okay, you are required to ask questions for each reports. And then each reporter, okay, you are required to answer these questions. For my students, okay, from my previous subjects, okay, you already know the format. Okay, for finals naman, there will be a video presentation with the write-up, of course. I will give you the format soon. But as of this point, to give you an idea, the video presentation will be about a leader, no? Someone you idolize, someone you look upon. Ayan. And then in your presentation, you're going to emphasize what are the strategies, okay, the strategies that are employed by this leader, no, to develop himself or herself, okay, to develop the people around them, okay, and strategies to develop the people in the organization. Ayun. Also, in our finals, I'm going to check your portfolio. Each one will have a canvas page wherein you can upload your outputs. Okay, so, ayun. And I guess that's it, okay? So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section in our discussion box. And in Canvas. Okay po? And thank you.